So in this video, I'll be solving example 1 on page 468. As you can see, on the right triangle, I labeled it ABC. Angle B is 35 degrees and hypotenuse is 16. So hypotenuse is going to be 16. I'm going to label that as H. That is B because that's opposite to B. That's going to be the opposite. And A is going to be the adjacent, since that's right adjacent to angle B. The example number 1 has is asked us to find side B and A. At the beginning, go ahead and write down on top of your page the SOHCAHTOA. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we always list these. Then we're going to say that if I need to find B, that's the opposite. What do I have? I have the angle and I have the hypotenuse. So what do I have? I have the opposite and I do have the hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse would be sine. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to bring this here, and I'm going to say sine 35 equals to opposite over hypotenuse. How do we find B now? Cross multiply. B is going to be sine 35 times 16. I'm going to use my calculator. On my calculator, I have to go 35 and then sine 0.5735. I won't touch it. I'm just going to go multiply it with 16. I'm going to press equal. That's going to be 9.177. I can round it to 9.18. Now let's try in the same example. Now let's try to find A. To find A, I have to say that, okay, A is adjacent. And I do have the hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse is the cosine ratio. So I'm going to say cosine 35 is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So to find A, I have to cross multiply. A is going to be cosine 35 degrees times 16. Again, I'm going to use my calculator. I'm going to go 35 and then cosine. Your calculator might be cosine and then 35. And I'm not going to touch it. I multiply it with 16. And the answer is going to be 13.16. Just going to go 13.10, sorry. 13.1. That was for example number 1 on page 468. I'm going to draw the triangle for example number 2. For example number 2, same page. We do have a right angle triangle, and over here I have this side to be 8, this side to be 5, and the hypotenuse is missing. What do they want us to find? We need to find, they say in this triangle the two legs are 5 and 8. Find the hypotenuse and the two acute angles. We need to find the two acute angles this time. First I'm going to go ahead and find the hypotenuse. I have to use the Pythagorean theorem. So A2 plus B2 equals to C2. I'm going to label them A and A, B and B, C and C. 8 to the power of 2 plus 5 to the power of 2, C2. 64 plus 25, that equals to 89 is C2. That's a little bit more than 9. For me to find that, I have to find the square root of 89. My calculator is square root 30. And so then C is, you use your calculators, it's going to be 9.43. So now I have that as well, 9.43. This example, we do need to find the angle. We do need to find the angle, and there's so many ways that I can do that. Since I have every single thing, I do have all three sides. It's up to me which one to use. I'm going to use two different examples. You don't have to. For both angles, you can use the same method. For example, I want to use this sine, or I want to use tangent. If I want to use sine, I'm going to say sine angle A, and sine angle A, I do not know how much it is, but I'm going to say sine angle A equals to opposite over hypotenuse. That is 5 over 9.43. And I'm going to go ahead, punch it into my calculator. 5 divided by 9.43, and that's going to be 0.530222, right? So, I do not know angle A, but I do have its sine. I even have its cosine, correct? What is cosine angle A? Cosine angle A is 8 over 9.43. What is tan angle A? Tan angle A is 5 over 8. So the only thing I don't know is angle A itself. What I do have is a sine, its cosine, and its tangent, right? And I can find these. After I have its sine, do you remember? We're going to use the inverse function for sine to find the angle. So I can go sine inverse of that amount. For me, my calculator is the shift button. Some of you is the second function to give us that, and I press that. There we go, 32. So I understand that A is 32. I'm going to use cosine to see if I get the same answer. What is cosine A? Cosine A was 8 over 9.43. Let's calculate that. 8 divided by 9.43. How much is that going to be? 0.8483, right? We write them down up to 4 decimal digits. This is the amount for cosine and not the angle. So what am I going to do? Shift cosine 31.966. 31.966 or 97. Now let's use the tan. What is tan A? 5 divided by 8. So that's 0.625. I'm going to go shift, this time tan inverse, 32.00. Wow. So A is 32.00. So if you look at that, we understand that A is actually 32. The minute we found 32, you do not even have to calculate that. You can just subtract 32 from 90, right? From 180 minus 90 minus 32, and just find that. So to find angle B equals to 180 minus 90 minus 32, and that is going to be how much? I'm guessing that that's 90 minus 32. It's going to be 58. That was for examples 1 and 2.